To get the measurements for the headband, you just need to get your doll. Make sure your doll wearing a wig, because obviously your headband is going to be worn on top of the wig. So just from ear to ear usually, and you get about 13 centimeters for MSD, but this is quite a small head MSD, so it again depends on your doll. And you just cut it's from the piece of paper what you just measured. The width of the band, it's really up to you. Bear in mind that for this particular project you will need wide band enough to have the stitching going both sides. You are gonna make Minnie Mouse ears, and I already cut one piece of the headband, so we need to have another piece. I'm just fix it with the clips, and I found them much easier to work with than the pins. I get poked so many times when I use pins. Just make sure it's all even. I would advise you to use very thin felt. I've got a thicker felt and it does work as well, but the thinner one is obviously going to look a bit better on the doll. To make a mini ear pattern, I'll just take a scrap piece of paper, the compass, and for MSD size, I think roughly it will be better to have no more than 1.1–1.2 centimeters or 2.2 in diameter, because otherwise the ear will be too big, unless you want to have your ear big. Obviously for SD size, or you have to adjust. Possibly for SD it's going to be okay to have 2.5 centimeters when you measure it with the compass. And then what I just did, I just made the extended lines in here and cut it out. So we need 4 of them. Just use a smaller scissors, I think. It's easier to get the shape out of the felt. Okay, so ear number 4. Now we'll take the wire. I don't know what this wire is. It's quite easy to bend, and that's the whole point. So what I do, I just roughly measure from here to here, bend it in half, and unroll from the bobbin. Just want to flatten the end a bit and straighten it as much as I can. Twist. And secure the end. Flatten the end so they don't tear the felt. You can sand them as well, the ends, if you're concerned about the sharpness of the wire. Use the sewing machine or stitch by hand. You can use the contrast thread deliberately to make it stand out more. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the white all around the edge and leave this end open. So I did sew the edges all around and left this end open. Next step, I'm going to, there is our 4 ears, so I'm gonna put one on top of other, and using the contrast thread, you can actually use beads to decorate the edge of the ear, but what I'm going to do, I leave these flaps open. When you connect the 2 ears, you get these 2 open. We're gonna sew all around the ear, and like I said, leave this open, and I start in between them like a sandwich, so I'm hiding my end in there. I stitched the ears. Now I'm taking the wire, bad end first, well, the one you bend, try to make it less, and insert it in, straighten, and just stitch it up by hand. It is up to you where you're gonna put these ears, but roughly I would say, because the Minnie Mouse used to have her little bow in the middle, so we need to have them maybe slightly closer to each other. So if I would say 4 centimeters, so here we'll start the ear. Like I said, Minnie Mouse liked her bows in the middle, and you can make a bow from the pretty polka dot fabric, or maybe here. I don't know. I do like the fabric idea though, because it's like more of Minnie Mouse. Similar principle of ears you can apply to the cat ears. In this case you need to have a main ear, and you then need to cut out the inner ear, which you will have a different fabric on, like on this example. So it's exactly the same technique as with the Minnie Mouse ears, but then you just glue this inner ears on, that's all. And for the bunny ears, you just take a piece of scrap fabric, and it's really kind of up to your creativity. I mean, you obviously need a bit of on the flap on the bottom, and then you, whatever ear you want, the big one, the Playboy ears, the Playboy style ears, any. And also what you can do, you can use wire to wire the ear inside, so you can actually even bend it. And plus you need to cut out the inner ear of slightly smaller size for the insert, like I said, like for the cat ears. But that's all. I hope it give you some ideas of possible headbands for your dolls.